Hi guys. Okay, you can see me now. All right. That was so weird. I don't know what happened, guys. That was just crazy. um all right, so we're live. Oh my gosh. So it is March 22nd on March 2020. Exactly. So look at all those twos. That's just crazy. All right. Let's put this up. Okay, so I can see you on the other phone. My son is letting me use his phone because I could not see anything. I don't know why my screen was dark. Markers, you said brightness. Yeah, it was the brightness, but I couldn't fix it or adjust it. It just was where it was. Okay, this is trying to be fixed. There. All right, that's as good as it's going to get right now. Hi, so we're going to do divine masculine, divine feminine. Look into what's going on. So we're also going to see what's going on karmically, what's going on with your journey, and all that good stuff. I don't know what tarots I'm going to use today. Hi, it looks great. Yay, markers. Hi, Karen. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Logan. Hi, Texas Belt. Hi, JC. All right, so I kind of took, hi, Teresa. Hi, B. I took some time out yesterday to heal so my throat could get better, and it did. It got a lot better, so I feel much better today. I didn't want to be coughing like a crazy woman on every single live until I get better, you know? So, all right. Let's start with the divine masculine on top, and divine feminine, you'll be on the bottom, okay? Hi, Philly Psychic. All right. So how is the divine masculine coming in all of this in regards to you and this journey? How is the divine masculine coming in? And the reason this would be a DF reading, by the way, is because this is a soulmate relationship or a twin flame relationship. This would not be a regular relationship, okay? So this will not be a karmic relationship, and this will not be, just a typical person that you would be dating or seeing. This would be someone you were fated to be with, especially in regards to your birth chart, okay? All right, so let's see what's going on. A regular, yeah, you're laughing. Well, you know what I mean. Just people that are in and out of your lives, you might be with them for 6 weeks or a couple months. You know what I mean? Those are just run-of-the-mill, experiences, I guess I should say. These relationships would be more long-term, okay? So how is your divine masculine coming into the situation? Let's start with the fairy tarot. Okay? He's coming in like that. Now, how is the divine feminine coming in to this relationship? And she's coming in like that. Bottom of the deck, the underneath energy is 9 of Summer. Wishes come true, dreams fulfilled, and a magical time of life, which is 9 of Cups. So you guys actually fulfill each other's desires. You guys definitely have a big impact on the other person's life. They feel that you are fulfilling to them, and they're obviously very fulfilling to you, or it wouldn't be like that, okay? And how they're coming in is balance, temperance card, Saggy. Take everyone's input into consideration, merge viewpoints to create a better solution. Take your time, there's no need to rush. So your person is coming in slow and steady. Your person is sure to come in, but boy, are they taking a long time. Why? Because they're trying to get balance. We could also have some Leo energy in their chart because of the Lion Fountain. Okay, and this is really just talking about the needs of your masculine, male or female, okay? They need to get balanced because clearly they are not living a balanced life, or this would not come up in their position of what they're doing right now. And how the feminine is coming in is 4 of Autumn. Manage your resources wisely, achieve a balance in how you spend and save money. help out those who are less fortunate. So you're coming in really worried about stability. You're trying to manage a household. You're trying to manage your finances. You're trying to make sure the home has everything the home needs. You might be helping out others at this time with donations and support of some kind. You're coming in very grounded and very stable. This is Taurus energy. And it can also be seen as Cancerian energy because of the 4th house, even though it's not water. Hi, guys. So this is really just a moment of clarity for you and stability. And you're coming in very balanced. So I like that you guys are both coming in working on balancing out not only your life, but your responsibilities, your paycheck, your monthlies, your children, your job, everything that's important to you. Guys are really working hard on making sure that that is balanced. And I think you're both in the same energy. That's how you're both coming in. Now, how are you guys, what are you guys dealing with karmically? Let's ask that question. What are you guys dealing with karmically? Okay. What is the karmic condition for both the masculine and feminine? What is the karmic condition for both the divine masculine and feminine? How's the masculine dealing with karma? What is the masculine having to deal with right now? Whoops, that came right out. It came in reverse. The Master Artisan in reverse. It's the 8 of Keys, which is the 8 of Scrolls. I'm sorry, I don't know why I can't talk today. I'm just retarded right now. Apparently, I'm trying to say this is the 8 of Pentacles, but apparently I can't talk, so excuse me. So your person is coming in 8 of Pentacles in reverse with karma. This is no longer working at it via tarot. It's not focused. It's not working hard. It's being lazy. It's not caring. It's not desiring to put any more effort into something. It's also not being very skilled. It's lacking skill, okay? So we are lacking skill. I would love to have some honey tea, guys, but my taste buds are crying out for breakfast tea. So I am sorry. I had a good old cup of English tea. And it is breakfast tea, guys. I love it. Oh my God. I just love it. I love it so much. Okay. And if you guys mix that breakfast tea with fat-free sweetened condensed milk, oh Lord Jesus, it's so good. I just recommend it. I just recommend it. Okay. So clearly the person is not trying to work on their karmic situation, but more importantly, they're inexperienced. They have no skills to work through this karma. It's very difficult. So let's just read what the Master Artisan has to say about this business here. And this person is what is this? He's working on gold or jewelry. So this could be a Libran or Virgo from Chitra Nakshatra, about jewels. This person could be a jeweler or just the sign of Libra and Virgo. Okay, let's keep reading. We have, in reversal, this card actually indicates a time of great return. You have shared your gifts with the world, and now it's a wonderful phase of receiving, which is here for you. You have worked hard and brought your efforts and energy to bear and making a contribution to humanity. Now it's time for the universe to give back. The riches and fulfillment you deserve are pouring back into your hands, and it is a return of all your efforts tenfold. Wow, that is a happy surprise. So it's not the traditional 8 of Pentacles tarot. This Akashic is very different. It's talking about someone's skills. So, Divine Masculine, you could be now receiving money or getting paid what's due to you. If it's not financial, what could be going on is You're finally balanced. You've been working really hard on balancing your life out. You've been working really hard on this karmic situation, and now it's time to reap the rewards. Okay, and I will clarify that. But it's time to move on also is what I'm hearing. It is time to move on. And I'm going to clarify that with another tarot. So it's time to move on from the karmic situation. We've been here, done that, put our efforts into it. You've been working on it for a very long time with Temperance. So it's time. It's time to move forward. It's time to move on. Okay. Yeah, there we go. I was right. Whew, I was like, please be verifying what I'm saying here. We have the world, which obviously it's finished. It's complete. There's a completion. You're finally getting the rewards for work done in this karmic situation because the world is saying it's over. You're done, masculine. You've completed your karmic debt, which is great news. You've completed your karmic debt. Whatever you had to learn with your karmic, whatever you had to go through karmically, it's done. You've finished it. Okay, the world is in the palm of your hand, new opportunities, a transition, money, luck is what it talks about. So it is a lot of money coming in for the masculine. The next card we got is Page of Wands. Young woman to 25 years old traveling overland. Okay, we're not going to talk about the people. The Page of Wands is a new beginning. It's a passionate, brand new beginning. Okay, it's a start, but it's not just the very, very instant that there's a brand new beginning. It's like the next day. You know what I mean? It's actually the next week. So masculine, you may have been in a new beginning for about a week now, or it's going to happen within about a week. You might travel, you might be moving, okay, but the cycle's over and you're starting out fresh. You're taking steps into a new beginning of life. Some of you guys may just be starting a new job, okay, or you guys may have just started looking for a new job and just quit one. But karmically, it also means that if you were in a karmic relationship, you learned what you had to learn there, and now it's time for you to leave that karmic relationship, end it, and move on somewhere else. So there's this big, beautiful, happy new transition. That is what's happening. And you are taking steps maybe towards a fire sign or a Pisces possibly, but you're definitely moving on. You're getting away from a karmic situation. Let's clarify that with the Island Time Wellness Oracles. Okay. Well, that wanted to come out. Okay. Yep, there we go. Karmic relationship. Feeling triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go, and loving you. There you go. And that's what it's really clarifying, that there is the world. It's over. You've finished. You've completed it. You've gained your knowledge and your balance from this karmic relationship. You were triggered enough. You had resentment, lessons, turmoil, letting go and loving you. And that's what you're doing. You're letting go of the karmic relationship and loving you. We also have Axe, break up, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, and abandonment. There you go. You put an axe to the karmic relationship. It's over. It's done. There's nothing else to say about it. It is just done. Bottom of the deck is the Coffin. Endings bring new beginnings and growth. I mean, do you guys need more confirmation on that? Really? Karmic relationship has been axed and dead. We had the world. We had the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. No more working on it. And we have the Page of Wands. The communication is I'm moving on towards the future, away from the karmic relationship. And really, that's the karma that's happening with the masculine, okay? And if it wasn't a relationship, it was a karmic job or something like that. You saw this in your cards today? Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Now, what's going on with the Divine Feminine and her karmic situation? And keep in mind, you can be male or female, okay, in any of these energies. I'm just reading it from the perspective of the Divine Femme, who is clearly a femme, okay? So let's see what's going on. Divine Feminine, what's going on in your karma? What's going on with the karma? Should I take the 3? I mean, I really just wanted to take 1. What the hell? I guess I'll just take 3, right? Just do it a little different for the femme. The first one I have is 2 worlds, 2 of scrolls in reverse. Okay, I'll just go ahead and take them then. So we have 2 worlds in reverse. This is no more living in 2 worlds. In your karmic path, there was a time where the Divine Feminine was living 2 lives. Okay, he or she was living a life pleasing one set of family members and people, and then one set for herself or himself, secretly. You know, there was a time where you were juggling this. It's like 2 of Pentacles, you know what I mean? Yeah, it is. 2 scrolls, 2 Pentacles. So yeah, you were juggling things, and now you're not. You've dropped juggling it. You're just going to be one true, authentic person. The next one you got is the 3 of Roses, loving elementals, which is the 3 of Cups. In your karmic journey, you found some reason to celebrate. You're happy. You're feeling good, okay? You're loving this earth. You're loving the elements. I think elements are a big part for you right now. You're getting to know how to work with air and fire and water and earth. I don't know, maybe you're getting more grounded. Okay, this could just mean you're getting grounded. You're meditating more. You're putting those elements in your home. But more so karmically, you're just feeling like you're blessed because you've learned your lesson. You feel blessed because you've come a long way from where you were. Ah! Oh, good Lord. I'm sorry, guys. I'm terrified of spiders. There was a spider in my house. I know. I'm freaking out. Oh, my God. It's still alive. What? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I'm freaking out.
What's going on? What's going on?
Get the freaking spider in my room.
Where is it? Where is it?
It's right there. It's right there. No, don't squish it with that. Use your hand.
I'm gonna...
Hurry up and get it before it kicks.
Where is it?
It's there, moving. Oh my God, it's
jumping. Die! Die! No one!
Wait a minute! You're using my claws. Hey, wait. It's not even dead. You're just squishing the carpet. It's not doing anything.
It's dead now.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. I'm freaking out for real. I can't deal with this freaking spider.
Yeah,
I can't. Oh my God. Oh my God. I got a spider in my room. Ah! Okay. You got it. Oh,
no,
Lord.
It ain't dead. It ain't dead. Gotta keep going.
No, you got it. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm freaking out. Why? I just saw something moving on the wall, and I'm like, oh, what is that? Like a piece of dust? No, it's a wolf spider coming to rip your face off. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, guys. Seriously, I don't do good with spiders at all.
Mom, you want to see its remains?
Get away from me. Take it out. Take it. Don't. I'm already sweating. Take it out.
All right.
I'm sorry, guys. my hands are sweating. I know. Spiders are divine feminine energy, but not in my house. No. Spiders are the devil in my house.
Maybe they're the devil to you.
I'm sorry, guys. Moment of total freak out.
I broke the crowbar just to save you from one tiny speck.
Thank you for saving me. I appreciate that. I'm sorry, guys. I freaked out because it was a jumping spider and it literally jumped at me. Oh my God, I don't know what to think about it. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, it jumped at me. Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay, I need the exterminator called as soon as possible. Corona or no corona?
Mom.
What?
That's me when I see a face hugger in aliens.
Well, good thing for you, there's no face huggers.
Yep.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm in Colorado. The thing was a damn wolf spider, okay? It had hair. And it had 8 legs and 8 eyes that were looking at me like I was lunch. And I know it's just a spider and it's little. But no, it was a wolf spider. Okay? Enough said. Enough said. It jumped at me. Enough said. Oh, Lord Jesus, I can't think about it. Okay, I'm just going to move on to the reading. I'm so sorry. Anyways, now that Stephanie has thoroughly embarrassed herself on her live and cannot erase this feed, we're going to move on with this reading now. Now you know me intimately, don't you? So, you're finding some happiness, okay? Yeah, I'm embarrassed. You're finding some happiness that you've completed your cycle. And even the Three of Cups does talk about cycle, okay? Because it usually talks about the phases of the moon and the different cycles of the moon. Obviously the waxing, the full, and the waning. So it does talk about the cycles. And this is happiness, and it's new times coming. It's reasons to celebrate. But more than that, with this little baby, who's so cute, she is sitting here next to a flowing river. And these little fairies are coming out of the river, just around the river. They're like, hi, what are you doing, little baby? Be careful. What are you doing by yourself? Where's your family? We'll take care of you. And I'm kind of thinking of Sleeping Beauty, with Maleficent, and how Maleficent took care of her, watched over her when she was, being raised by the three fairies. And so Maleficent was like, I'm going to make sure that she's okay. And so I kind of feel like spirits have been watching you since you were young, okay, for a divine feminine. And the spirits have been taking care of you in many different ways, protecting you from near-death experiences, guiding you spiritually. You've been very spiritual since you were very young. I do feel like there's been orbs around you. There's been beautiful, sweet, angelic spirits around you for a long time. And you may have grown up in a very difficult way. Maybe your parents were divorced. Maybe you were abused. Whatever it is, they were there with you. You weren't alone. And they just want you to know that you're special. You're very in tune with nature is a big thing. And that's kind of what I'm hearing. You're very in tune with nature. And part of your karma was to have a rough growing up. That was part of your karma. Maybe you lost a parent due to cancer. Maybe your grandpa or grandma was distant. Maybe you grew up poor, okay? Maybe you grew up in a messy hoarder house. I don't know. Maybe your mom or dad was very strict on you. Maybe you didn't have a lot of affection. I don't know. Whatever your growing up was, it clearly was already written in the stars. You had to endure it karmically, okay? And so that's what happened there. And even if you did have a sweet growing up, a sweet childhood, a sweet life, it means that that was your karma. I guess what I'm trying to say, even if it was good, that was your karma. Maybe you had good karma, maybe you had bad karma. Whatever your karma was, it was meant to be. It was a part of your upbringing from day one. And you've learned how to find balance and be who you are because of it. Okay, so you are who you are today because of this karmic path since you were young, and now there's a reason to celebrate. Another winged messenger. Wow, if you really want to know you're watched over by angelic energies, it's in this reading today. We have the Two of Roses, Two of Cups, winged messenger. Archangel Gabriel, but more than that, angelic spirits. Now, these spirits can be your family members that have passed on, that have been with you. They've been with you through your growing. They've been seeing you, watching you grow. These can also just be spirit guides that have been helping you. A lot of you might have psychic abilities. And that's really where I'm leading into here with this divine feminine energy is psychic abilities. Yes, you're able to see future events. Yes, you're able to read into people's karma. Yes, you're able to read tarot, maybe palm reading. Maybe you're a medium and you can speak to spirits. Maybe you're empathic. Okay? Whatever this is, you have your spiritual abilities, and you always have had them since you were young. So now there's no more living two lives and faking it, okay? No more faking it. Divine Femme, you are who you are, and you're letting the world know that you are this special gifted human, and you are weird and you are rare, and you know, you either like it or you don't, but I'm not going to pretend to wear a mask, and I'm not going to pretend that I'm not who I am. So we're going to go ahead and read this. Oh my God, 2-2. I also feel for the divine feminine, you've been seeing 2s. 2-2-2, maybe a lot of 2s. Let's go ahead and read this. 2 of Worlds. 2 worlds. Sorry for the coughing, guys. Gosh, what number is it? 2 scrolls. I thought so. Sorry. Okay. So the 2 of Scrolls reversed means that this is a great time of release. Money and the personal world are present, but they no longer have to drive you. So Divine Femme, you used to have a very difficult time making money or keeping money, and now that has changed. You've learned the art of balancing that. You have an opportunity now to act on your highest ideals and convictions. You may have been torn between 2 worlds, or even between light and dark, which makes a lot of sense. But now you've discovered a greater sense for your truth. The rock-solid mountain has been overcome, and you have a rock-solid mountain of your spiritual reality that is now the history of which you're drawing your power. Once you were worried that striving for your spiritual goals would be put on hold and your personal or financial life would be putting it at some risk by pursuing some kind of spiritual adventure, guys. So there was a time where you thought, if I did tarot, if I did Reiki, if I did healing, if I did psychic mediumship, whatever, it would dampen my pentacles. It would make me lose money. I would lose my job. I might lose my family or my stability. But now you're learning, no, that's not the case. But now you've determined how to take steps, even little ones, to integrate the 2. Okay, your divine soul is a driving force of your life, so you can redesign your future and manifest your desire through thought, which is beautiful. So you're learning to work with what you have. I feel like, okay, I'm going to go out on a limb here, but I am feeling like a lot of the divine feminines are considering some kind of a career that has to do with spirituality. And there was a time where you thought this wouldn't pay off. There was a time where you thought I couldn't do it because it would risk the pentacles. And there was some fear, okay? And now it's completely the different story. Now you're learning that, oh, well, thanks to coronavirus and quarantine or whatever, I can go on YouTube, or I can do healing work for people, or, you know, I can do tarot, I can do things for other people, friends and family. They're starting to see my true side. I feel if some of you are quarantined with your family, you might be using some tarot cards on mom and dad, or brother, sister, or someone like that, you know, someone that you might be quarantined with, or maybe even just friends. And since you guys are bored, you might be saying, let me try this on you. Let me see if this works. You know, let me exercise what I feel I know spiritually. And so you're doing healing remedies, and you might be using tarot, but you're using your spiritual magical gifts. Okay. The 3 of Roses, let's go ahead and read that. This is your playful side, of course. Playfulness, fairies, and water sprites frolic in the air around a little child. They fill the air with expanding joy and happiness. And although many people don't believe in the elementals or nature spirits of all kinds, they do exist. And they do have an power that can be imagined. They live in the elementals of earth, air, wind, and fire. And they are willing to share their guidance and well-being. This card is here to tell you that your joy will soon be increasing, and it also encourages you to remember to have fun, to bring the joy back into life and playfulness back into your life. Call on the elementals to inspire other areas. Okay, good job. Go do it. So then we have the 2 of Roses, which is right after that. And it says, a white dove carries a message in his beak and flies high above a table laid out for tea. One of the teacups has fallen over, And there are broken pieces of china on the table. Below, the dove hawk flies into the scene with a message in his beak. This card indicates a small conflict in your home or family. It could involve you or another, or others in an extended family. There could be a money issue about the home, an inheritance, or personal finance. This dove brings a message from your spirit, a call to see this little drama through a higher mind and compassionate heart. You may feel compelled to be the peacemaker or the provider in the situation. Let yourself do as spirit guides you. The hawk, a predator, shows that there are times when you might have a tendency to be pulled into the fray yourself. When the hawk entering from the right, it certainly indicates that the more challenges you have may be coming your way. Happily, your spirit is high above those challenges, so you can see them clearly and deal with them more effectively. Yeah, so there's the house. The hawk is bringing a message. So's the dove. So's the angel. So there is some quarrels going on between lovers. And this is your karma. Your karma is to have fights, to have arguments, to have separations. Okay? Your karma is to have a difficult time. It's just what was happening in your life. And it's definitely saying that you have a higher self that's teaching you to stay grounded and see it from a different perspective. And so again, Divine Feminine, your karma is to be a spiritual being. And dare I say, if I go off on a limb here and say that through the years, because of the Two Worlds card, you were not living your spiritual life. I feel like you were in relationships to where you would hide your personality. Oh, thank you, good boy. Oh, I don't know, your personal spiritual journey. And I think you completely ignored it. I don't know what was happening, but I just don't think you had an altar. I don't think you had your cards. I don't think you did candle work. I don't think you did healing work. I don't think you did anything very spiritual in any of your other relationships. And I think because you were very, very focused on your relationship, you were very focused on it. And you had no focus on your spiritual journey. And so I do feel like now your karma is that you put that down, you put that side of faking who you were and just maybe not faking it, but not paying attention to it. And now you've been forced to focus on your spiritual path. And that was your karma. That was the reason why you had to go through so much of these arguments, fights, turmoil, separations, drama in relationships, drama at home. So you had to go through all of that so you could come out balanced and learn how to orchestrate a spiritual life and a relationship life. Because there was a time where it was a little bit too hard. And juggling these things were driving you bananas, and there's no way you could have done it. Good job, baby. We're going to clarify that. Oops. But first, bottom of the deck is the Journey, 7 of Roses. And I think that's just a sign that you guys are on a journey, okay? You're on a journey. This is a very difficult part of the journey, but you're on it, and I think things are going to be fine. It says here, a journey or move may be delayed or canceled, and I think it's just been delayed, okay? If you've been looking for change, expand or diversify your work, there you go. One more time, you want change? You want change in your relationship? Diversify your work. Spirit's clearly pointing this out to you, femme. You need to do some kind of spiritual work. Not just on your free time. Okay, this is not just, oh, play with the cards at night between jobs. No, Spirit's saying diversify your work. Maybe take it on as a second job, but start earning something for your gift. Okay? This is your karma. It says, expand and diversify. Now may not be the right time, but don't worry, it's coming up very soon. You haven't lost the opportunity. There's new travels, new places, and they've merely been delayed. So be patient and attend to what lies before you in the present. Your ship will return again when the time is right. So this is a good time to get prepared. So a lot of you, since you're being at home with Corona and all that stuff, maybe it's a time to start practicing tarot, practicing Reiki, practicing healing, practicing whatever spiritual work you're trying to do, mediumship, etc. So that way, when the time is right and that ship comes around again, you won't miss it. Okay, this is just a delay. So a lot of roses, a lot of love is coming out from the Divine Feminine. I think you're very loving, and this is just a beautiful energy for you. I think there's a lot of love coming towards you. Okay, practice, practice, practice. That's right. All right, so there you go. You guys have been practicing. Okay, let's clarify some of the karmic energy between you and your lover. Okay, what is the karmic energy with Divine Feminine in regards to love? Wow. So if you've had a karmic relationship, we have the Grim Reaper. Woo! Talk about a death and an end to that. No second chances. The relationship is over. Grow and transform your life. So I kind of got a sad message for someone also here. If you were in a karmic relationship, they did die. They passed away. This was your karma. You had a karmic relationship that could have been a divine soulmate karmic, but it was a karmic in nature. You had to go through this karma, and they may have passed away and died, and I'm so sorry. I have also had that happen to me. I have experienced that. So there is someone that you love that has passed. Now this could also be your karma was to experience a lot of death in your life. Okay, family, friends, beloved animals, whatever. You've experienced a lot of death, which is Mullenix Chakra. It's about destruction. And we're actually facing that right now with Rahu and Ketu. In Ardra and Mula, it's anger and it's destruction. And so there is this time to destroy the karma and destroy what was. So it's time to put that to rest. There are relationships you're not going to get a second chance with, and those would be karmic, okay? Wish I didn't have to have thumbprints, fingerprints, whatever. Okay, so if you were in a karmic relationship, Divine Feminine, you are no more. Okay, there's no more karma. It's over. It's also good news that whatever karma you went through, just like the Divine Masculine, it's over. We have Coffin, Grim Reaper, Axe, karmic relationship. You guys are both showing signs that your karma's been paid. It's a time to rejoice. It's a time to be happy. The karmic debt is over. So this came in reverse. Girl talk. Time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment and having fun. So you are single. You are living in the moment. You are trying to move on. Okay, I think there's been a struggle, not gonna lie. See, yeah, there's been a struggle to move on. There's been a struggle to be happily single. It's one thing to be single. It's one thing to be happily single. And so now you've mastered that. But it has been a struggle. Bottom of the deck is separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning and unsure of the future. So this is your karma. And so your karma has been to try to be happily single, trying to move on, having fun, being in the moment. And it's been very difficult with you in the separation between you and your Divine Masculine, okay? So feminine, the separation has really taken a huge toll on you emotionally and physically, all right? So it's been a very rough road for you. It's been a very rough and rocky road. It's certainly been no walk in the park for the Divine Feminine. And this is your karma, okay? I know, you're like, Steph, I know this. And I know you know this. I know this, man. You know this, man. I know. But aren't we little smartasses? Us as feminines say we know. And a lot of us say we know. We know because we are all knowing a lot of times. Because think of the owl, Divine Feminine, wisdom. Think of the High Priestess, Divine Feminine, knowing. So we already know, yes, we have a strong intuition, we have common sense, we have knowledge. What we lack is taking the step to actually feel the truth and stop rushing it and acting like a know-it-all. You know, stop rushing the know-it-alls. Feel and accept each word. I know you know that you need to move on and be happily single, but are you doing it? No. Well, maybe you are now, but you know what I mean? You weren't. So even though you knew you had to be happy in the moment, you couldn't. Either A, because you were obsessing on it, B, because you were codependent, or C, because you just chose to be depressed and miserable and over emotional. Because that's your nature, to be a watery, emotional creature, male or female. I've seen a lot of men in a feminine energy who are stubborn as hell and who refuse to be in a relationship with anyone but their divine. And they say they are happily single, but they live a very lonely life where they do not have friends, they do not get out, they do not enjoy life, and they've struggled, okay, because of their stubbornness and because of their strength. And I've seen a lot of women in that energy as well. Mostly women fire signs come off to me that way. Women fire signs tend to be that way, which is very masculine, or a woman that's an air sign, okay? You tend to come off the more masculine divine femme, and you tend to come off very stubborn and put in your place, and you say you're fine and you're strong and there's not a lot of emotions coming out of you, but you're not living that life where you are really enjoying it. And for the watery and earthy feminines, I just see emotional disarray. There's just been so many times where your emotions were all over the place, all over the wall, up and down, just everywhere, and it was just staring at you in the face every day, and it was tears, and it was emotions, and it was crying, and it was depressions, and it was just, it was a wreck, you know. And this was your karma to get balanced. For, you know, the men and women out there as divine feminines, your karma was to get balanced and see the bigger picture, to learn that it's time to move on and let go. Even with your exes from the past who have since been karmic and the Grim Reaper met that relationship and those are over. And also with your divine masculine who you've been separated from, it's for you to almost accept that there's no second chance, even though I know there is, because time is changing, feelings are changing. This is fluid, it's energy, it's shifting all the time. So there is no definite, no more second chances. There is none of that's definite, but there is some kind of earthy energy here of stability, which is to stop hanging on to every whim and just accept when something is over. To let that go and be okay with it. And that's something I think the divine feminine is learning karmically. Is to just let whatever was be. And to be okay with that. And to kind of heal the sadness and the missing and the yearning and the unsurety of the future, and just be at peace with the now, which is the happily single, happy in the now. So that's kind of what I see your karma was, is to just make peace with the past. And divine masculine, your karma was to experience an ending as well. Coffin, axe, the world. Can I just say that that is also your fate, is to accept an ending. It looks like there were times where you went through a divorce, masculine, which is male or female. You went through a divorce. You had a separation. You may have even experienced death. We have the coffin for you as well. You may have had a lifetime of losing family members or loved ones, okay? And you've had to accept the ending, but you haven't. And that's been part of your karma, is gracefully transitioning from one cycle to another, fluidly, openly. Letting those things just end so there can be a new beginning and growth and change. your karma is liberation. And I may be going out on a limb here, masculine, but your karmic situation kept you chained. You were tied down. I'm talking jobs, friends, relationships that made you depend on them through codependent means or have to check in with them. Someone that has your number, someone that has access to your internet, your phone, full-on logins, someone that, you know, what do you say when they like track you down, GPS you? You know, someone that GPSs you, someone that doesn't trust you, basically, okay? And so you've been in relationships where there was zero trust. And that puts your love from a high level of love to a very low level of love. And you've been sitting in situations where you felt stuck and confined. Maybe someone said you have to be here because of money, job, resources, commitments, children, whatever it was. You felt like you were chained and tied, which is what you need to be liberated from. And part of your karma, masculine, male or female, is to liberate yourself from that, from those relationships, from those jobs, from those family members, from those people, to liberate yourself out from that. A lot of this could be religious. It could also just be some form of commitment, okay, marriage or job, just some sort of commitment, where you felt like you were chained to someone and you owed them your soul. You owed them your life. You owed them your money. You owed them your time. You know, this is someone who serves, but not with an open heart. You serve because you feel you must. You serve because you stick to your word. You made a promise. You made a commitment. You know, you serve because of something else that's not your own desires. It's not your own heart. And so part of your karma is liberating and cutting that off, cutting those strings. Mullenix Chakra, Ardra Nakshatra, again, Rahu Ketu, we're all going through that with karma. So check your north node, south node of the moon. Check your Rahu Ketu, where are they? What house are they in? Okay? And that's what we have to look at. Okay? Right now they are in the sign of Gemini. Okay? And Sagittarius, per Vedic astrology. For everyone else, it's Cancer and Capricorn. So just check that and see where they are so you can figure out, how does this karma affect you? What house? You know? Is it your third house, first house, second house? You know what I mean? Seventh house. Where is this karma affecting you? And you'll get a little bit more detail. I know for me, mine's third and ninth. So this would affect me. Well, everyone's is third and ninth based on their rising. That makes no sense. But I think where I'm looking at, see my birth chart. Okay, so I have the 1st and 7th, which is where the sign of Gemini and Sagittarius are for me. So it's affecting me personally, my mind, myself, and it's affecting my relationships, which is everybody else, but especially my significant other. So the 1st and 7th house access for me is where Gemini and Saggy are. And that's going to be for Saggy and Gemini risings, okay? Or moon signs also. And it's going to affect your personal relationships, you know? And if it's for, you know, someone else, maybe it affects, you know, in different ways. I don't know. Maybe it affects you in the 6th house and the 12th house, which is about enemies, death, and loss, and court and karma. You know, maybe it affects you in the 4th and 10th house, which is home and family and work. You know, this could be affecting you guys in your physical home, you know, where you live, who you're married to, where you go to work. It affects you on those levels. 5th and 11th house, this could represent karma with your children, you know, and karma with your fame and everything you've attained financially. So you could be gambling here and losing a lot. And it may also affect you, you know, romantically, where you just feel like you have no romantic energy left. I don't know. But all I'm saying is check where these are really happening at. and see what that means for you. But as a whole, you know, masculine, feminine, your karma and your debt looks pretty much paid. There is an ending. So I'm really happy. I mean, God, karma, done. Let's move on. Karmic debt has been paid. I feel like the deaths you've experienced, the losses you've experienced, and the divorces and financials, whatever you've experienced, is over. And it's a time for a new beginning. And you're going to be seeing a release and a freedom from this. And I wanted to do a separate video on what this Rahu Ketu transit really means and the destruction for something new to be built. So basically, in a nutshell, and I'll do a separate video on that, but in a nutshell, our north node and south node of the moon right now is basically doing just this, killing off whatever was toxic and crappy and whatever was not for our best interest and whatever was karmically driven into this life. It has finally come to destroy it. And that's for all countries. It's for all people in relationships. This beautiful transit has come to destroy karma. Seriously. And that's for a whole nother video. But listen, yeah, it's karma. Karma for our world, karma for us as people, karma in general is being, the slate is being wiped clean. Okay? There is a clean slate. So this is good. This is past life karma, debts being dealt with. And so, you know, when you're talking about you intimately, between two soulmates, between two divine twin flames, it's the same story. Your guys' karmic debt is being wiped clean. Now, we all have choices. You can stay there or you don't. You know, you don't have to. You can leave. From this moment on, from this next week on, the choice is yours. But if you stay in any of these karmic relationships, know that they're already dead. They're dead. They're dead. There's nothing left to grow there. You're going to be watering a dead plant, and it's like the roots are dead, the plant is dead, the seed is dried up and dead, and it doesn't matter. It's a perennial, not an annual. It's not going to come back to life. So you can keep watering those seeds and whatever, nothing will grow. And that's what this means. Those karmic relationships are supposed to be done with because there's nothing left to come from it. So moving on, we're done. We're done with the karmic debt. Let's talk about your guys' feelings. Okay? I like the feelings. Let's talk about the feelings. Should I use this one? I'll use the El Quay Oracle. Yeah. Uh-huh. That is cool.
I'm gonna make them right now with this giant.
Okay, sweetheart. So, how does the Divine Masculine feel about you? This is a very long video. I'm sorry, guys. How does the Divine Masculine feel about the Divine Feminine? What is the Divine Masculine's feelings? So I have two of them. I'm just going to take them. We have Estefania. She who surrenders. See? We talked about liberation. Okay. She who surrenders, chains, bondage, and release.
I don't.
Okay. So this is beautiful. And I think this is Spanish or Italian. I don't know, but it's a beautiful name. Estefania. I love it. Let me tell you. The way the masculine feels about you is they do feel bonded to you. They feel chained to you. But they're also in the energy of releasing you. And that may hurt. But the truth for them is they've had to liberate themselves from you, from karma, from the world. Thank you so much for this super chat. Yay! Thank you, JC. You're amazing. So yeah, they want to liberate themselves and release. And it's not because they hate you. It's not because they don't love you. It's not because they don't feel that bond. They just feel chained to everybody. You know what I mean? They felt like you the karmic, the world, God, everybody had them chained, and you got thrown into the mix. You got thrown into the mix for whatever reason, because you were there, because you were around them. But really, they've been feeling like they've confused you with what's karmic and what's not. And so they've been going through this release. Thank you so much. Who is that? Eddie, thank you so much. So they've been in the business of releasing, but they miss you. And I see these two waterfalls crying, which reminds me of two eyes crying. So I think they've been crying a lot over this. And there's like a little letter or a message. And I think they've been really missing you. And I think they've been crying about this release and this ending. I think they've been really emotional about this with you. The next card that comes out is She Who Surprises. Breeze. Surprise, discovery, and revelation. Oh my God, and I got chills. I got serious chills. I love it. At the same time, if they've been releasing you, there's butterflies, which, as you guys know, represent transformation and new beginnings, new life. And I love that it said the word revelation. They've been realizing and having a revelation, a discovery. Not only that, when I saw the word surprise, I think that they're going to surprise you. And I think it may surprise you, actually, that they still love you. And it may even surprise themselves. To their own surprise, they've discovered that they still love you. To their own surprise, during this release of the chains and bondage from karmic relationships and karmic patterns, they have realized and had a revelation, a discovery, that the love between you guys is still there. And that is very shocking and surprising. Now, you guys have had some difficult endings, some difficult breakups. There's been a lot of words shared between you guys that were probably better left unsaid. And there's been moments in time that were shared between you guys which made you shed some tears and also caused them some heartache and grief. Okay, let's not mince words now. Let's not bury the hatchet completely, and let's do talk about the hardships that were between you guys, because there was some hardships. But through this release of the past, those hardships, and the problems that existed between you guys, it's letting those things go so the good can come in. And the good, which will never be gone, which can never disappear, is the love, is the connection, is the fate and the destiny. And so I just want you to know that that will never be erased, and it will only transform into something even better. So I will read from that for you. Sorry for the stupid coughing again. And it says, She who surrenders, she rereads an old letter from someone who hurt her long ago. Clutching the response to her breast, she allows herself to be overcome by agony yet again. Her borrower has become her prison. Iron shackles blind her in this spot. They've wrapped around her, and this black cable weighs heavy. Sorry, I had to turn that down. Okay. What she hasn't realized yet is that her chains are of her own making, like the Eight of Swords. By holding on to regret, anger, and fear, she has forged heavy links, tying her to her past. No one can release her or save her but herself. And to do that, she must let go of the past. The lesson of this card is that when we surrender to the losses of the past, we strangle ourselves with sorrow. Oh, until we do that, we strangle ourselves with sorrow. It reminds us that when we let the ropes of the past hurt us and turn us into little anchors, they only hold us back. Your task is to carefully review things from the past. If they cause you pain, you must let them go. It's like a paper cut that won't heal because you keep on pressuring it and touching it. Put the past in the past where it belongs. Breaking this chain of misery will not be easy, but you've given the chance to start anew. You've been given the chance. So don't let misery detain you from a new amazing life. And ask yourself this question, masculine. Are you surrendering to old pain or releasing it? And if you could write a letter to one person who hurt you, what would it say? And then you can ask yourself, what chain link can I break today? I love you. Okay, so this is really about asking yourselves these questions. Letting go of the past so you don't carry it into your future. It's been weighing you down really heavy. Masculine, you hold grudges. This masculine. And this is an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This person has been holding on to a grudge for a long time. Maybe against you, maybe against the whole world. But you're not going to move forward, and it's going to keep following you. And every time you think you can be successful or be happy in a new position somewhere, somehow, it won't happen because you're being chained and weighed down to the past. So you're never going to get to live in a new life or live in a new transformative era. You're always going to live there. And this is a chain and a prison of your own making. So it is about, if you could write a letter, and that is my suggestion, and that is the suggestion of the card, please write a letter to somebody, even if it's, you know, they're dead. They could be dead, they could be gone, you may not be talking to them anymore, I don't know. And feminine, that's good advice for you too. Write a letter and say what you would want to say in person to get it out of you. And then forgive it and make some peace with that letter, okay? I think it's time to let it go. And now we're going to read Breeze, she who surprises. To your surprise, masculine, the way you feel about your feminine is going to transform. You're not going to hold these grudges against him or her anymore. You're not going to try to break away from them anymore. Once you've let the past go, you're going to be surprised that your relationship with your divine feminine is actually going to be transformed into something beautiful, because that is your fate. And it says, she stands here watching her window. She is singing a song we can't hear, but the butterflies can hear. They are attracted to her nature as if she were leaving a representation of nectar. She is their butterfly queen, who can direct them from the sweetest flowers to the sweetest flowers. And she oversees pollination of not only the flora, but of humankind as well. I love you too. I'm getting all the kisses over here, guys. Look at him. So obviously your masculine wants to kiss you too. One of her favorite things is an unexpected discovery. It isn't only the surprise of bringing Breeze her happiness, but the feeling of divinity that comes with the marvelous moment of revelation. When this card of surprise shows up, expect the unlooked for it moment. If you are receptive to fortuitous or unheralded insight, you stand at a very good chance of finding the answers you need. The key here is the message may come in an unusual way, and you cannot expect a straightforward response. Rather, look for those things that reveal themselves through patterns. Perhaps you see a caterpillar over and over, or maybe it will be the caterpillar and the chrysalis and then the butterfly. Whatever the symbol is, don't worry if you don't understand it in that moment. Sometimes discovery comes only after we have assimilated the knowledge deep within ourselves. We must allow this process to unfold. Forging it may ruin the moment of sacred surprise. So ask yourself these things, masculine. How can I pay closer attention to the signs I'm given? And second, how can I discover my own divine direction? And third, what is being revealed to me? I recommend, masculine, that you go out in nature. Now's a good time to not be around people, but maybe go to your backyard, go to a park, go for a drive somewhere. Just go in nature. That's going to be the best place to kind of have clarity and some revelations. It's being detached from people in isolation, which is actually pretty good for all of us. And maybe the world is being isolated right now, so we can all go within like the hermit. So we can all ask those spiritual questions. And so we can all search inside for who we really are and what we really want. And that may be the karma of this entire world and you and me in it. And so masculine, that is what you're being told. I do think you're going to be pleasantly surprised on how you feel about your feminine. Let's go ahead with my divine masculine messages and ask how you feel about the divine feminine and what you would say to her or him. What would you say to the divine feminine? What do you feel needs to be said? I want to give my all to you. So you really do have a deep desire to give everything to this divine feminine. And what does my all mean? It just means everything that you are. Okay, I'm not talking about your money and your cars and your bank account. I'm talking about your heart. You desire to give your soul and who you are as a being to the divine feminine. You really want to show her or him who you are, and you want to give that away, and that is a secret desire. The next one is, I keep asking myself, why am I doing this? Maybe why are you being distant? Why are you resenting her? Why are you staying away? Why are you being difficult? Why are you in this karmic situation in the first place? You know, you're asking yourselves these things. You keep asking yourself, why am I making this harder than it has to be? The next one is there's other people involved, which is third-party energy, okay? And so you do have some baggage, and you do have some guilt.
I want to watch Kid Videos.
Go get the phone, baby. It's over there on the bed.
Those.
So you really are wishing you could tell your feminine, look, I know I want to give my all to you, and I don't know why I'm doing this. Yes, there's other people involved. I have to figure out how to get the courage to end and axe these things, and that is what you're trying to do. Okay, I do see a lot of remorse. Is that good?
That's not Kid Videos.
Kid videos? Well, what kind of kid videos?
Woof, 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 woof. What about the Grinch last time I was watching? That Kid Video. That Kid Video.
Okay. Here. The last one that came out is remorse.
Yes, the Kid Video.
So you have a lot of remorse about the third party. You have a lot of remorse, and I think that's why you're asking yourself, why am I doing this? Because of the karmic relationship. And if you're a masculine watching and you're saying, Steph, there is no other relationship. Is this your karmic pattern? Is this your job? Is this your lifestyle? Is this your friends? Is this your religion? Is this whatever you're chained and linked to that you can't free yourself from? You know, liberate yourself. Transition, a new beginning, growth, change, transformation. Okay, that's what needs to happen. And if you are divine masculine and you are in a karmic relationship, you know there's other people involved, and you know you've been unfaithful to the karmic person because you've had a relationship with your divine feminine who you wish you could give everything to, but you've been unable to because of your chains to this other energy. Okay? So you want to give your all, but you haven't been unable to. And Spirit is saying, you know, what you're saying too is how you feel about this is remorseful. You feel bad. You feel bad about being, you know, unfaithful, and you also feel bad for not being able to liberate yourself by yourself, because part of the masculine energy is pride. It is strength. It is courage, and it is stability. And so when you feel you don't hold any of that power, you don't feel like you know who you are. You don't feel like you are who you are. You don't feel like the masculine you should be. You don't feel grounded or stable. And that may have been preventing you from making any of these moves. But with balance there, which is temperance, you know that you are getting balanced, so you can do just that. But this is how you feel for your feminine. You feel sorry. And there's a lot of tears being shed, and you do miss her or him. And you really do love them. And there's been some resentfulness. There's been some past hardship feelings. But that needs to be let go of, because you know you're doing that. You are letting go. So you can transform this. And you do feel like there's another chance. You do feel like somehow, some way, there's going to be a rebirth to your guys' relationship. Bottom of the deck is fire energy. which is about courage, strength, everything I just said you needed, you got. Action, desire, and passion, and sexual, passionate energy. You're very attracted and you desire your feminine, and that's okay. It's okay to be in that energy. So go ahead and move and transition. Through the fire, this will transform. I forgot to read earlier. Bottom of the deck is stability, security, performance, growth, endurance, and flexibility, which is the palm tree. I forgot to read that earlier. So bottom of the deck for your karma is it's getting stabilized. Your life is getting stabilized. Okay, your security, your growth, and your endurance is going to push you through this. So there's no worries. There's no worries there. But that's how you feel about your femme. Let's get how your femme feels about you. No, they're telling me to get one more card. The feelings are probably the most important to everybody. So let's go ahead and get another feelings card. I'm going to get the energy oracles. Energy oracle cards from Sandra and Taylor. How does the divine masculine feel for the divine feminine? These cards are not talking to me. Okay. This like one is sideways. I'll put that one at the bottom. Man holding a heart. Okay, it almost came in reverse, but it kept flipping. So I don't know. I don't know. I think it would be upright. I think your masculine has been in reverse, but this is what's going to transform. Okay? Your divine masculine does want to transform this. And I do believe that because the card at the bottom supports it, and it is door to personal healing and happiness. So if this card's coming out, which also was like twisting and like sideways, and then I just had to put it right, I think this is a sign that this is what's turning around. Okay? So I do think masculine, you're going to open your heart. It's been a little bit in reverse, but it's going to turn around because there is a door to healing, happiness and healing, the rainbow. You know, what is the saying? When it's in the storm, you look for a rainbow. When you're in the dark, you look for a star. But you always look for hope. You always look for healing. I'll read them both reverse and upright just to get clarity. When you're dealing with the male holding a heart, it's dealing with family, love, and emotions. This tender man sits with his flowers all around, holding a heart in his hand. For a man, this signals a greater clarity about your emotions and their purpose in your life. Okay, so for a man, it's about your feelings and clarity about them. There could be a more balanced approach to family and love at this time. So DM, how you feel is you do want to balance family and love at this time. Okay. Okay. Guys, you know Maddie. He's not going to let me be. Give me a second, guys. Let me tell my son to help me grab something for him. He will. He's almost 15 years old. If he can drive, he can get me a sandwich.
Well, where's my milk?
And him. He's going to take you down there and show you. Go on.
No.
Fine. Okay, thank you, Danny. He's so sweet. He's going to help me get him a ham and cheese sandwich.
And before I do
Well, I'm working.
this is how you scream into the void.
No.
You thought I was actually going to scream inside the house.
Yeah,
No.
you better not.
You crazy. You crazy. You think I'm going to do that? You crazy.
No. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I'll get the sandwich.
All right. Sorry, guys. So this is a more balanced approach to family and love, okay? Even if these have been confusing experiences for you, masculine, in the past. And I do think these experiences have been confusing. I think love has been confusing for you. I think family has been confusing for you. And now balance is the word of the day, all right? For some, this card upright could signal the presence of a new man in your life. one who tends to be more thoughtful and aware. Whether or not this man is a love interest or a friend, he brings high attention to the help where personal projects, family, or home is concerned. When this card is reversed, it can indicate a disconnect or even a total shutdown regarding to your emotional life. And I think that's what I was saying. You have been completely shut down and disconnected to the feminine regarding your life, and that's why there's so much remorse here. It is time to open up and know that you can handle deep emotions and the energy they bring. Whether it's anger or grief or utter bliss, you can be comfortable with the experience of these feelings and knowing how to express it. The man holding a heart reversed can also indicate a difficult connection or even a relationship, which, yes, it has been difficult. The man who may be easy to anger, okay, deceitful, and quick to criticize. And masculine, that's how you felt about your feminine. Maybe you felt she or he was quick to anger, deceitful, or criticizing. But this is a mere reflection of your behavior. You've been quick to anger, and you've been deceitful and quick to criticize. He's not taking too long, Mr. Impatient.
He is.
Go help.
He's not coming.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, his behavior could be attributed to fear and self-doubt, yet he would never admit it. And so this is, again, masculine, how you feel. It's fear and self-doubt, even though you will never admit that. And you need to admit that. You deserve honoring in any relationship, so set some boundaries and don't buy into this emotional chaos. Your soul longs for emotional peace. Thank you, sweetheart. Well, your brother's nice.
Yeah, I went like this, but he thought I was going to do it.
Cheese?
He thought I was going to slap him with the sandwich, but no.
What a good brother. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, you're welcome. Now I got to clean up the kitchen.
It's just a sandwich. Can't be that much mess.
I went everywhere in the kitchen to look for the cheese.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so masculine. It's okay to feel these feelings. I think you're going through a big transformation with your feminine. It's going to be happy. It's going to be peaceful. It's going to be balanced. You have a door opening and it's coming up. It is the rainbow in the storm. And look at that dove bringing peace and a new beginning. So masculine, you love your feminine. You do. Yes, there's been some confused emotions. You've confused resentment and anger and all these things because of the past. And it's followed you into your feminine relationship. I do think you got involved with your feminine for teaching and learning. And I think he or she found you at a time pivotal where you had to let these things go. And this feminine triggered you to make you let it go. And I think there was some refusal. And I think there was some frustration and confusion about it. And somehow the blame got put onto the feminine. And you involved other people because you always do. And this has been a pattern. But you're done. You're axing it. It's time to just end it with the world. It's over. And so you guys are going to be able to move forward now. And there is going to be a transformation over the next coming weeks. Okay? Over the next coming weeks, you're going to start really changing your life around. I'm going to give some more details here. I do feel the karmic relationship will end this week or a week ago or in a week. Okay? I do feel like within 7 days, there's some kind of an ending to karma or a karmic relationship. And I do feel with your feminine over here, it could be 3 weeks. It could also be 3 months that I think this is going to be healed. Okay? I do. Just because there's a lot going on in your life, and this ending has to be sizzled out first so this can transition. Well, where did you throw it?
It's in my room.
Well, go get it.
You did.
Oh my God, you are not the king of everything.
Yes, I am.
Oh gosh. Here, bossy. Sorry guys, we have a bossy king. A bossy king in the court. Let's go ahead and reveal how the divine feminine feels in regards to the masculine. Divine feminine, how do you feel in regards to this masculine of yours? Male or female? Okay, divine feminine, how do you feel? We got one card. She who regrets, Elklat, battle, victory, and bitterness. It's kind of a sad, bittersweet, to be honest. Can't help the way you feel right now. The way you feel is bitter that there has to be this battle. Kind of bitter that there was this distance, the separation. Bitter about third parties, if there was any. Bitter about the separation. Bitter about the blame game and how you got blamed unfairly. So there is some bitterness, but there's also victory. You won. You won because you've achieved security, balance. You know how to sustain yourself. You've pulled yourself out of codependency, addictive behaviors, obsessive behaviors. You've pulled yourself out of the karmic will and found this big transformation in yourself, which is a spiritual, powerful, intuitive feminine, okay, male or female. And even though you've been alone for most of this journey, you feel empowered. You feel like I've won. I do have a victory, but it came with a price. This victory came with a price. And you're kind of sad, and she looks sad, and the storm's behind her. The sun is now shining down on her, but there's skulls, and she's got her sword. This is reminding me a lot of the Queen of Swords. Again, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy here. And it's just like, I've been through a lot, Stephanie. I've been through a lot. And the way I feel about my masculine is there's so much love, and it was worth fighting for. But I'm so upset that there had to be so much bloodshed, or so much time lost, or so much distance and separation, so much battle and arguments, so much darkness in the past. And you're just like, why? Why did there have to be all of this? And so there's some questions being asked here on why, you know, because it's a painful, it doesn't feel good to have a victory that people had to get hurt in. Okay, it doesn't feel good. It's like the Five of Swords, right? You won. Someone won, but there's so many people you loved that got hurt in the process. Maybe children got hurt, maybe you got hurt, maybe they got hurt, maybe a karmic person got hurt, maybe everyone got hurt. And yet you've overcome karma, which is a beautiful thing. But the price feels very expensive to pay off the karmic debt. And I think you're very emotional about it. And I think you're loving and you're kind, and it hurts you to be a fighter. It honestly hurts you to put up boundaries for yourself. It has hurt you because you just wanted to be an open book. You wanted to be a pouring heart, bleeding heart. You wanted to just open up and give. Oh, thank you, baby. I love you. So, feminine, we all want that. We all just want to be a bleeding heart and give to the world. One of the toughest lessons divine feminines had to learn was boundaries. And even tougher than that was personal boundaries. Because you have so much love to give, you never locked it up. You never locked it away. You just gave love. And it got to the point where you were getting hurt in the process. And if we don't watch ourselves as countries and protect our borders and protect our people and protect our homes and protect our children and our families and our rights, we will get stepped on. We will get walked all over. We will get overran, okay? It may feel beautiful to give. It may feel really good, but that's not healthy. It's not healthy. It's not smart. It's not wise. It's not being a good steward of your heart, of your family, and of your home. It's not being a good steward. And you have to take responsibility for other people, not just yourself. And you've had to learn that you can't put yourself at risk. How many divine feminines are single moms that have put themselves at risk and their children at risk for love? And everyone gets hurt. How many single dads have put their children at risk with abusive, stepmoms or terrible karmic partners just to have a mother around? Look at Cinderella, just, example. We cannot open ourselves up to be hurt and have others hurt. You cannot have open borders for all your people in your country to become ill, sick, or hurt. And nobody wakes up till a pandemic like this happens. Till people are traveling from country to country with viruses and infecting others. No one cares till people are hurt. And when people are dying and your grandparents are dying and people are hurt and we're isolated, then people wake up and say, it's okay to have a border. It's okay to get told you can't travel, travel ban. It's okay to say, no, you can't come in this country. Why? Why is it okay to say that all of a sudden? Because you're put at risk? Because it affects you and your family personally? When before it was all free love, open everything, because it didn't affect you personally? It's not smart and it's not wise. And karma has hit us all right in the heart, and feminine especially, because she's learning the hardest lessons, or he's learning the hardest lessons, which is, I was wrong. I let myself get hurt. I opened the door for this pain. I allowed this to happen to me, my children, my family, whatever this love did to you. And it's taking that responsibility and saying, I will fight to regain what? Balance. Fighting to regain balance. And that's what you're doing. And it is a bitter sweet. It is a bitter victory, because there has been loss. Loss of time, loss of life, loss of energy, loss of tears. But you won. You will achieve balance between you and this person. There will be no more come in whenever you want. Text me whenever you want. Show up to the door whenever you want. Come in and out of my life whenever you want. Separate yourself from us whenever you need and then come back. That is abuse. It is spiritual and emotional abuse. And you've allowed it. And you're learning not to do that anymore. You're learning to fight for what's yours. Queen of Swords. Through very hard lessons, through karma, and through experience. You've learned not to allow this masculine in and out of your life. You've learned not to allow your masculine to put you down and play the blame game and put you in your spot. You've claimed your authority. You've stood up on your 2 feet and said, hey, stop. That's enough. I'm not going to let you get away with anything anymore. I will not let you get away with third-party energies. I will not let you get away with coming in and out of my life. I will not let you get away with hurting anyone else in the crossfire. And so you've learned to stand up and shield yourself and fight. And you have some regrets. I mean, let's just look at the truth. It says, she who has regrets. Okay. Battle, victory, bitterness. All right, there's regrets. Thank you so much for the $20, Marco. I see you. Thank you. Oh, Marco, thank you so much. My screen was dark for a minute and I couldn't see. So you regret, that's okay. I regret it. I regret some things. I'm sure you regret, helping them a little bit too much, or letting them come towards you a little bit too much. Giving a little bit too much. Maybe believing in something with your whole heart that it didn't make sense. And today it makes sense. And you're like, oh my God, what was I thinking? What was I thinking, Steph? How could I be so driven to believe this set of values? Now I see things differently. I see where I was wrong, and I regret that. You know, it's okay to have regrets, but let's not live there. Let's let those regrets be dead and buried, okay? You may have, even for some of you, and this would not be twin flames, because twin flames don't regret their partner. But for some soulmates, there would maybe even be a regret that you were with this partner. You regret being in love. You regret being with this person, okay? And for twin flames, you just regret how things took place, okay? You regret how things transitioned. You have some regrets of things you said, did, and you have regrets for also whatever you did in your past life and how it's haunted you today. But for a majority, you know, a lot of you divine feminines almost regret being with this person. You look back at your life as if that was a foolish mistake. I shouldn't have been with this person. I shouldn't have fell for this person. I regret running into this person. I regret meeting this person. I regret loving this person. Listen, love should not be regretful. You've learned to love through this. You've learned a lot through this. And yeah, hell yeah, it's bitter. But it's also a victory. You would not know what you know today, or you wouldn't be who you are today without it. So do not regret that. But still, how you're feeling today is full of regrets. And let's go ahead and read this. Okay. How the divine feminine feels. Elclat, she who regrets, brings the message of a bitter victory and success, which may not be regretted in the long run, which is the good news. She knows how to go to battle. She understands how to win a war. Never having run from a fight, the ground she rests upon is littered with skulls, and she stands solitary on the smoke-covered battlefield, secure in the knowledge that she is victorious. But while the battle had to be waged, perhaps it could have been done with less acrimony. Some of the wounds Elclat inflicted were to herself. There will never be any love lost between Elclat and those she has crushed in the name of her hollow victory. The message of this card is to use caution in arguments. We all have disagreements in our lives. It is how we resolve those moments that defines our future. How often have angry words been used as weapons before any attempt at a truce is made? Divine Feminine, consider your speech carefully before you launch those arrows. It is the right thing to do? Or ask yourself, is it the right thing to do? Can you find another way to resolve the confrontation that doesn't involve the loss of friends or self-respect? Before you send out a declaration of hostilities, look deeply into Elclat's eyes and consider her regret. Ask yourself, what is the best outcome for us all involved? Second, will I have regrets if this conflict ends bitterly? And thirdly, who will be harmed if this matter is not settled amicably? And so I think you've grown up. I think Divine Feminine, it doesn't matter how old you are, but you've grown up, as in you know how to battle. You're not going to spit out angry things to your lover anymore like boo, 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 like arrows, you know? You're not going to spit it out anymore like that. You're going to think before you speak. You're going to think before you act. There are some things, I mean, you pulled out the big guns. Whenever you guys had a falling out, and most likely it was because there's other people involved, you pulled out the big guns. Maybe you took their children from them. Maybe you caused a problem for your guys' children to not see each other anymore. Maybe you caused a divorce. Maybe you caused a huge fight. Maybe you said some things too quick because you were butthurt. You know, there's some feminines that say stupid crap. Like, You know, if a masculine's in communication with you and he says, hey, you know, how are you? You know, when am I going to see you? And you're so emotionally distraught and hurt, you say, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if we're ever going to see each other again. You know, I don't know. And you come off as overly emotional and mentally unstable. And then you regret saying stupid crap like that, you know. Or if someone says, hey, you know, I'm having a hard time, and you say, you know what, it's over. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I'm just done. You know, and you didn't really mean it. You just put out the big guns, you know. Whatever it is, guys, I don't know what it is for you. I have known some other divine counterparts that have said, I love you too, some mean things about each other. Like, you're ugly, you're fat, I never loved you, I never wanted you, or whatever. And they never meant it. They never meant it. Some of us have called, you know, people, I don't know, stupid, ignorant, less than, whatever. And so there's some regrets and a heavy heated battle. You also feel like your masculine has been rude to you and said some things to you and not thought about what they should have done before they went off on you. You also feel like your masculine was too hasty in a separation, too hasty in telling you off or putting an end to something. And you feel the frustration of a bitter victory that in the end, you're going to get your masculine. In the end, you're going to get proven right. But at what cost? And so you're like, how expensive is pride? How expensive is ego? And how expensive is being right? And we're going to have to ask ourselves what the price is for all of those things. And so, yes, there's victories, but are we better from them? And so that's something to think about the divine feminine feels. And I will get some other cards also with, if I can find them. The heck? I'm just looking for my cards. Here they are. Tell me what the divine feminine feels in regards to the divine masculine. What does the divine feminine feel? Blocked. So the divine feminine feels absolutely pushed away, blocked. She's not being seen for who she is or who he is. There's a wall between the feminine and the masculine. There's distance. There's a barrier, you know, and you feel blocked. Or maybe you feel like you want to block them, you know, whatever this means for you. But let's just say you feel blocked right now. You might actually also feel emotionally blocked and spiritually blocked. Like, Steph, I've been going through so much. I feel like I'm hitting an emotional wall or a spiritual wall or just a brick wall. Like, you feel like you're just hitting a wall between you guys and you're like, I'm tired of battling. What? He wants a prize because he did potty. Here. Okay. All right. Maybe like Matthew, you just want a prize. Like, I want a prize. I did what I was supposed to do. I won. I have victory. Where's my prize? Where's the glory? I have my prize. Where's the glory? Where's the glory? The other one is crying so much over this. You've cried and cried and cried so much over this bitterness, this separation, this blocked. And you're like, masculine, if I could say a couple words to you. One, I am so upset. I'm so upset. I'm so upset about the blockage, the barrier, the distance, the separation. I'm so upset that I can't see you. I'm so upset that I can't hold you, talk to you, be with you, be in union. I'm so upset at the separation. I'm so upset at the third party. And I'm just so upset that we are so distant. I'm just, again, it's that not happily single. Like, you're like, I'm not happily single here. you know, I'm actually really upset and crying over this. And so that's how you feel in regards to the masculine. You're like, if I really think about it, if you really pull out those pictures of you guys, if you really read a letter you wrote to them, if you really go back and reread those text messages, yep, if you really think about your guys' relationship, there come the waterworks. There comes the tears. And then we have resentful. Okay, so you're like, not only that stuff, I feel really resentful. And masculine, your feminine feels very resentful and bitter over that she or he has to move on without you. That he or she has to persevere through a hollow victory. And hollow victory means without you. Okay? And so your divine feminine is just like, well, I guess I'll just be victorious and win what? You know? And that's how you feel. Bottom of the deck is a sign blame game. Be careful you're not playing a blame game. And this is just a warning from the universe, you know. Yes, there are some things that deserve blame. But don't get caught up in the blame game. Okay. So it's not about who won, who didn't, who was right, who was wrong. Don't get caught up in that. You do feel like they're the ones who are also putting the blame game, and that's why you're resentful. And you're like, Steph, I've tried to be forgiving and not play the blame game, but I'm the one who's blamed. And so again, it's this bitter victory because you get to win. I mean, you're the one who's doing the righteous act. And they're the ones that are having to end this karmic relationship and see the grass isn't greener on the other side, which is a victory for you. It's a victory for you that their karmic situation is ending. It's a victory for you that they're going to wake up and realize and discover how they feel about you. But again, for you, it's like, at what cost? I've been left alone, blocked, crying, resentful towards the life that the masculine is living without me. So it's this very unhappy, alone energy. Let's just get one more. You feel like the masculine is stubborn and flat out wrong. You're like, Steph, if I could put a title on it, there it is. You feel like the masculine is stubborn and flat out wrong. And it's not fair. It's just not fair. Again, that blame game, it's not fair stuff. Bottom of the deck, I already left that behind me. Some of you guys have already left this relationship behind you. You have. And that's the bittersweet. That's the bitter victory. A lot of you guys are like, I felt forced out. I felt blocked. And I felt like I had to release the divine masculine. I love you too. I had to release the divine masculine to move on with my life. And I've already left it behind me. That's for some of you. For B, the second group of people, you feel like your masculine has already left you behind and that you've been forced to move on, okay? You feel like that, okay, for some of you, for B group, all right? And you feel like this masculine has just left you in the dust and already left you behind, all right? And that's a very, very strong feeling. Can be very painful, very, very painful. Let's go ahead and get some clarity on this. One more card, please, for how the divine feminine feels for her or his divine masculine. Bottom of the deck is the number 22, yin yang. Didn't I say earlier the feminines are seeing 222 or 22? And isn't that funny? Because I started my video March 22nd of 2020. 2222. And then we get 22. I don't know. There's something with twos today. So again, the yin yang. You feel you guys are perfectly created and made for each other. So why is it so difficult? Why is this not manifesting? So there's some questions. There's some painful questions. The card underneath that is the Magician and the Mirror. Okay, but it did come in reverse. You and your little yin yang, it did come in reverse. Let's see. Okay. Knowing and using your true power in reverse. The Magician and the Mirror reversed is warning you that you may be missing out on a great opportunity. The time is right, but you're not taking advantage or the creative energy of this cycle. You do have the power to transform things for yourself, to create something new, whether a home, a business, a family, or a life direction. You may be resistant or even disbelieving of the unlimited power you possess, but it's time to wake up. The misinformation and perceiving of limitations that linger from the past can no longer sustain you. Your life is the mirror that reflects your inner energy, yet you have the ability to change what you see. You must fully open up to the complete truth of your eternal wisdom, talents, and abilities, and take the risk of believing in yourself. Now is the time to dig deep and find the confidence and courage within to make the most of this cycle. You have all the resources you need, and the unlimited force of the universe is at your disposal. It's waiting for you to recognize and ignite the phenomenal powers that are eternally yours. Again, you're frustrated because you feel like this person, your masculine, has the power to take this opportunity to be with you again, to reach out to you again, to unblock you, to have a second chance at this. And again, there's a bitterness which makes you kind of worry that they're not going to do it, which makes you think they're not going to do it. And so there is a fear. So Divine Feminine, you are feeling a little bit of fear.
I'm playing player one.
Go in your room and play player one.
I don't want to. I want to play them too.
Okay, so there's a level, I can't talk. There's a level of stubbornness. Believe it or not, I know. There's a level of stubbornness for the Divine Feminine. I can't lie, guys. I mean, you guys are almost just as stubborn as your masculine. Maybe that's why you guys mirror so much. Did you ever look in the mirror and say, geez, I am probably just as stubborn as my masculine. I have not let this go the same way he has not let his past go. We're both damn stubborn. It's time to release that. It's time to release that. There is going to be a transformation in your relationship. And yes, there's some hurt. There's some hurt and there's some anger and there's some pain, which is how the feminine feels. And masculine, you feel like you just want to let go of that past. You need to. And you want to move forward. And when you do, a transformation will happen. Bottom of the deck for the feminine over here is She Who Rises Up, Pearl. Empower, uplift, and elevate. And this is the Phoenix rising. Feminine, you will be purified through fire. You are going to rise like the Phoenix. It is very true. And you guys are going to rise like the Phoenix. And this relationship, this anger, this resentment, this bitterness is going to die in the fire. And out from this bitterness, out from this resentment, out from the pain and the crying and the blocked and the other people involved, out from all of that, when it burns down with Ardra Nakshatra, Mullenix Chakra, Rahu Ketu, karma, when that is dealt with and washed away and purified in the fire, rises the Phoenix, which is going to be your guys' divine masculine, divine feminine love. And it will be rekindled. So let's go ahead now and dive into your journey. What is going to happen with you guys? And I'll be using my Spirit Speaks oracles. If you guys are interested in that. Okay. Which is still available at JKS 1111. The first card out I got is Expansion, which is making valuable connections. And you guys are expanding. You're growing. You're connecting to each other again. There is communication. You're going to connect to the universe. You're going to connect to the right people. You're going to watch the right channels. You're going to grow with the right gurus. You're going to find the right teachers. You're going to make the right connections. You guys are going to expand and drop the people of the past, the religions of the past, the friends of the past, the cycles of the past, everything. you guys are going to expand into a whole new beginning. The masculine is going to get closure, get it over with, and so are you. Okay, there is this beautiful brand new closure. It's closing up that past, closing up 2019, whatever was left of 2020, in the beginning of it, the first quarter. We're closing it out, get it over with, okay? Rip the Band-Aid off, get it over with the acts of the karmic relationship. A lot of you masculines have been waiting to end this, waiting to have closure on a karmic relationship you knew was ending, waiting to have closure with karma, period, your own karma. And it's been ready, and it's been ready to happen, and it's time. It's time to put closure and just end it. And even for the divine feminine, it's the time to put closure to the past and closure to what was. We're not going to bring that back to life. And I think there was some confusion. I think for a lot of us it was, Steph, can I bring this relationship back to life? No. Can I resurrect this relationship, Steph? No. You know why? Because that relationship is going to stop it. That relationship is going to die and be over. Whoever your masculine was, they are not that person anymore. Whoever your feminine was, she is not that person anymore. It is a time of saying goodbye and letting, burying them, burying this relationship, whatever it was, because it's going to transform into something different and something beautiful. Maybe it's going to be a friendship. Maybe it's going to be a spiritual partnership. Maybe it's going to be a business partnership. Maybe it's going to be a spiritual union. Maybe it's going to be a physical and emotional union. Maybe it's going to be, turning into lovers from enemies. You guys were enemies, now you're lovers. Whatever it is, it's transforming into something more different, and not more different, that's not proper English. It's transforming into something different and even better and more beautiful. And so this is really moving into a positive, good direction, because anything transformed through the fire is purified, which is good. And so this is going to be a good change. And so it's time to just have closure with what was. The divine feminine, you have new growth, actually seeing results, which is just beautiful. And so you're growing as a human and a being and an empress. You're growing new growth, but it's actually seeing results. So once you've let go of all of that bitterness and resentment and the separation and the pain, you'll grow. You're going to grow as a person. And so this is the new growth. And when you finally start growing, you do actually see results in your life and how it changes you and what happens. So your spiritual journey is, bottom of the deck, simplicity. It's easier than you think. Simplifying your life. Letting bygones be bygones, burying the hatchet, releasing the past, planting seeds for a new future. Clearing out the toxicity in your life. Cleaning out your house. Decluttering your mind and your heart and your house. Just decluttering and getting rid of. It's just purging, and this is the simplicity. You don't need everything. You don't even need a lot. And that's the simple truth. It's easier than you think. You don't need a lot. You don't need what you thought you needed. You just need to be simple-minded here. And so that's part of your spiritual journey. Let's also clarify your divine masculine spiritual journey and yours with the unicorn oracles. Spirit, can you give me another card here for divine masculine's spiritual journey? Magic. Believing in magic. You won't believe it, but bottom of the deck is balance. I mean, seriously? You got balance in the very beginning of your reading? Okay, and now you got balance again, bottom of the deck. I mean, the underall energy is the same. Masculine, it's about balancing out your life. It's been very unbalanced. Ooh, and the magic card had two stuck together. We have courage and magic. You are safe. Fear is an illusion. Be strong. Set boundaries. And then we have magic. Make a wish. Believe in miracles. Magic is all around you. Be brave enough to believe in magic. Okay? Masculine, you doubt that. You doubt there's a magical transformation that can happen between you and your divine feminine. There is. You doubt that you guys can come from the ashes and rise again. You can. You doubt that life is going to get good any better, and it will. You need to believe in magic, which takes courage. You think it's a sissy kind of person to believe in magic. You think it takes a weak person to believe in fairy tales or magic or new beginnings. I love you too. But that's not the case. It actually takes a very courageous being to believe in magic. And it also requires balance. Take time to relax, indulge a little more or less, and set boundaries with your work. So I think I'll read balance because I think that's the biggest message for you today. There is an area of imbalance in your life, masculine. It's addressing you, and it needs addressing so you can lift yourself up into happiness and health. Moderation is the key to feeling good. This may relate to work, play, spending, saving, exercising, resting, being social, and spending time alone, or just with your loved ones or family or children. If you've been working hard, staying up too late to get things done, working on weekends and not taking breaks, then this is a call to set a better balance between work and personal life. If you have been following a strict diet and are feeling deprived, this card encourages you to relax a little and find a healthier way to treat yourself without overdoing it. If you have made decisions that have brought an imbalance between you and your children, like another lover or something else that keeps you from your children, this card is encouraging you to find a healthier balance. Equally so, if you've been indulging a bit too much, it's time to take control and honor your body for healthier foods, exercise, and rest. In whichever area you need to create balance, be sure to look under the surface for any emotional causes to your behavior. Often there can be a belief that needs releasing or a wound that needs healing before you can enjoy moderation and be more gentle with yourself. When you find your own point of balance, you'll feel happier, healthier, and have energy to enjoy life more, which takes courage. Okay? And I do feel for some masculines, you've made some, I hate to say it, but bonehead decisions that need closure, clearly karmic relationships, and they have kept you from your family, like your divine feminine. If you have children with your divine feminine, this karmic relationship has kept you from your children and your divine feminine. And that was a stupid, dumb decision. It needs to be axed, coffin, and the world over, okay? You need to recreate balance in your life. If you've been drinking too much, smoking too much, partying too much with your friends, this is telling you right here, masculine, that you need to find balance so you can get your life back in order, because you're not going to have any harmony or peace until that decision has been made. If you have been an overworking masculine and you've been traveling the world, having fun, seeing girlfriends, boyfriends, friends, just having a good time, not spending enough quality time with your family, then this is a call for balance, and which might explain the corona, what do you call it, like enclosure, isolation, whatever. You know, it's like the universe is saying, do you like your decisions? Do you like the people you chose to marry? Do you like the people you chose to live with? Do you like the job you chose to have? Do you like the home you chose to live in? Do you like the state you're in? Whatever, okay? Do you like it? Because now you're confined to it. Now you are obligated to stay there, put there, be there more, and really see the choices you've made. Basically, you've made your bed. Now is the time to lie in it. And not just for one night's rest, but like for a week, you're stuck in that bed. And it's really getting a good taste and a good look at the decisions that were made about whatever your life is, and just saying, do you like the choices you've made so far? Are you happy with the people you're with? Are you happy with these decisions? Because now you really get to sit in it and taste it and feel it and look at it and see how it's affected you this far. And so there is this need for closure. And you know, that's for everybody. That's for even the feminine. That's for you too. That's for you too. Let's go ahead and clarify another card, please, for the feminine. Look at the, okay, I can't deny what's coming out. You had resentment, look, resentful, blocked, and bitterness. I hate to say it, and not every feminine feels this way, but there must be some underlined energy, because the card that came out for you is anger. You know, are you angry with what you've had to put up with? Are you angry that you had to fight and win by being more spiritual, but it had to happen this way? Are you angry at your life right now? Are you pissed off at being isolated? Are you angry with your decisions you've made this far in your life? And again, I have to speak the truth from what's coming to me right now. Every decision we've made is our choice. Unless you lived in a country where you were physically forced to live somewhere and marry someone or be somewhere. Okay, that's different. But if you were not put into some kind of a regime like that, where you were forced, you made these decisions. You chose who to marry. You chose who to have kids with. You decided where you wanted to move in and live. You decided where you wanted to be. You decided where you wanted to work. Let me close the door. You're too loud. So you've decided these things, and yet you're angry. And you know what? It's okay to be angry, but also remember, it's okay to be angry at yourself. Woohoo! Epiphany! Enlightening moment. Sometimes it's okay to smack a pillow, punch a pillow, scream in a pillow, cry it out, go outside and just frustration with yourself, right? Angry with yourself. Angry with the boundaries you let be put down so people could hurt you, abuse you, walk in and out of your life, take advantage of you. Angry at being at the job that is letting you go now with all of this, or asking you to work in danger in all of this, or not paying you in all of this coronavirus mess. Angry with choosing jobs that are not supporting you financially. And through a crisis like this, you have no career. Angry that life sucks a little bit right now. Angry with facing yourself and saying, shit, I did this. Every decision I made put me right here. And more than just being angry at DM, it's angry at yourself. And it's okay to get angry at both. Angry at them for hurting you too. But angry at you for allowing it more than once. You know, what's that saying? Shame, or you hurt me once, shame on me. Or you, whatever. Hurt me once, shame on you. Hurt me twice, shame on me. Hurt me 3 times. That's just plain stupid, right? You're allowing it. And so I don't know how many times you've been hurt, but it's not their fault anymore. It's not. It's yours. And it is a time to take that stability, that masculine emperor approach, and just take responsibility. It's not everyone else's fault that you're not making the money you want to make. That's your choice. It's not everyone else's fault that your schedule is the way it is. That's your choice. It's not everyone else's fault that you have to go bust ass to get whatever done right now at a crisis like this. That's your position you've put yourself in. And so it's really just saying, gosh darn it, I'm so hurt, Steph. I'm so hurt and I'm so angry. And it's okay to cry so much over this. Because you are loving, you are kind. You are open, okay, and you have been hurt. And this person did not make good decisions in regards to you. Having a third party involved is not a good decision. They did that. Yes, there is some part to blame over there, but let's not be stuck in the blame game. They did what they did. You allowed what you allowed. And it's okay to be angry. It's okay to be angry that you were not the chosen one that they chose to be with. It's okay to be angry that they've blocked you. cut you out. It's okay to be angry that you're alone at this time in a crisis dealing with what you are dealing with. It's okay to be angry. Rightfully so. But you have to put it where it really, the blame where it should really be pointed at, which is self. Don't hate yourself. But it says safely get angry. And let's read that. Safely express your anger. Use anger as a positive force. Honor all your emotions as sacred. Leave, please. You're too loud. Get off my bed with that sandwich. Darn it. Whatever. So anyways, it's you got to put the anger, but safely. Okay? Safely. And so there's a lot of hurt. I guess if there was one word, the divine feminine is just really hurt. Hurt at life. Hurt at karma. Hurt at justice. Hurt at the victory. Hurt at the battle. Hurt at the separation. Hurt at the lesson. Hurt at stability and balance. Hurt at the pain. Hurt at the realization of what is. Just hurt and angry. And sometimes that's fine. I'm not saying push that down. If there's light workers that say, oh, don't be angry, push it back. Push it back and focus on the good and embrace the good and refocus and woosah, you know, all the time. And don't be angry. Don't feel that feeling. No, that's the wrong advice. You need to safely feel your anger because it needs to heal. You need to go through it. You need to go through this anger. Anger at your masculine, anger at yourself, anger at God, anger at you need to go through this anger, okay? Safely.
Mom, the phone died.
Yes, it did die.
That's all it did.
You need to go in your room because you're doing nothing but bothering me. Nothing. Go. You're loud. You're making a mess on my bed.
I'm so sad about my phone.
Fine. Hang on, guys. Most important parts you decide to walk in on. You know that. Matt. And he's not a baby, guys. Someone said, is he teething? No, that's for babies. He's 4. Okay?
Yes, I am full.
He's still my baby, though.
And Mommy, once.
Here. Take this to the room, please. And close my door. Okay, guys. So anyways, you have a right to get angry. And I want you to be able to safely express this feeling. Because this is a part of your healing. And your grieving. Okay? And so it says, you may feel angry at yourself, another person, or both, or with the situation in your life, but feel it is somehow unspiritual. You feel it's unspiritual to express your rage. This fire unicorn is charging in to assure you that anger is not a negative energy. Yeah. How many spiritual people do you hear say that, guys? Anger is not a negative energy. It's not a low vibrational energy, okay? Stop hearing people say that. I mean, it is when it's focused wrong, but when it's used right in its integrity, in its essence, it's not evil. It's not low vibe. It's a part of balance. It has as much purpose and value as kindness or love. Feeling or expressing anger is not unspiritual. It is sacred to honor your emotions. And anger can be the fire you need to pull out of a swamp of lethargy, hopelessness, or doubt. Anger can be the force and the power that helps you overcome fear and take action. It can be a surge of energy and power you need to finally set a boundary and say no to someone or something that's been disempowering you. Anger can also be the key to unlocking deeper fears and being free of the wounds that lie beneath them. Anger is only dangerous when you repress it or deny it. Just like a volcanic lava flow, If it builds up, it can be a destructive force when it finally erupts. This fire unicorn wants you to acknowledge your anger, just like the phoenix rising. Get to the heart of what is upsetting you and let yourself be angry. Feel it and revel in its messy beauty. Dance, stomp, roar from your anger. Pummel the cushions. Scream out all your fury. Give yourself permission to feel fully. Unleash and release your anger. So long as you are not misdirecting your anger at anyone else, it can be empowering. Use it to fill yourself with life force and to move forward out of denial and repression. There is a wildness and a beauty in your anger, and it can be such a gift when you see it as sacred. Okay? Because you're not meant to be angry all the time. You're not meant to be angry every second you're mad or pissed off. I'm not talking about an anger problem here. I'm talking about a repressed anger. I'm talking about something that has been directed and pointed somewhere else in other areas of your life. And that there's something underneath it. And there is an underlying pain that makes you angry. And sometimes it's angry at yourself, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes you have every right to be angry at another person. Angry at your DM for hurting you and involving you in a third-party situation you didn't want to be involved in, or hurting you and leaving you for a third-party situation you shouldn't have been left in, hurting your children, hurting whatever, okay? Sometimes it's okay just to be angry that they've been blocking you, angry they've been ignoring you, angry they've been pushing you away. And it's okay to get angry. It's also better to look within and see how you've allowed some of those situations to replay themselves like a cycle. That those things didn't just happen once to you. It wasn't this person that did it once to you. Maybe they did it 10 times. Maybe they're one of many that have done this to you. And this is the last straw. Whatever it is, point it in the right direction and get angry rightfully. And that's really the message here. Let's go ahead and see how this relationship is going to play itself out. That's your spiritual journey, you know. That's what's going on spiritually with you guys. Spiritually masculine, you got to get the courage to believe in miracles and have closure. And feminine, growth is going to happen, and you're actually going to see results now that you're letting these things go and you're getting grounded. The first thing that I pull out is covenant, which is your guys' soul contract, which is your birth chart, your destiny plan, your star chart, okay? Your birth chart. There is a destiny, there is a covenant for you guys. There is a plan, and there is spiritual awakening coming next. Okay, there's going to be a spiritual awakening for both of you. That's how this is going to play itself out. The next one is running away in reverse. There will be no more running away. Running away from spirit, running away from each other, running away from your purpose, running away from your life. And then the next one is 29. I know that this is a soul connection. Okay. And so there is this confirmation that comes forward. I have the sun, which is illumination. They're going to wake up and see. You're going to wake up and see this soul connection. There's going to be an acknowledgement, okay? There is going to be the acknowledgement of this soul contract, and that you guys cannot run away from it, and you can't run away from your spiritual growth. I mean, that's really it. It's like the covenant is not just with your lover. It's with your soul. Is your soul and path not important? Or is this relationship so important it overwhelms everything else? How is that balance? How is that yin and yang? If this relationship means more to you than anything else in the entire existence, it's not balanced. You also need to have some balance here for your spiritual awakening. And stop running from that. Stop hiding from that because of a connection. You have to balance them both. The connection and your spiritual awakening. That's the yin yang. That's the illumination. We'll go knock on her door. The next one is you're my other half. And we have yin and yang again. Okay, I'll help you. I'm finishing. So there's the you're my other half, yin and yang. And so, again, it's just this, I don't know, maybe this medallion means a lot to you. Maybe the yin-yang medallion is a very strong symbol for you, but that is represented here by you guys. Soulmates, destined lovers, destined partners, destined path. But it's also about a healthy balance. Spirit, show me how this relationship is going to work itself out. I wish I could be with you. There is going to be a yearning for each other. You guys are going to yearn, okay? You're each other's other half. Twin flame journey energy there. You're my other half. Of course I miss you. Of course I yearn for you. Oh my gosh, we have life partners. Okay, bottom of the deck. All right, I wish I could be with you. You're my life partner. You're my soulmate. You're my soul partner. Okay? There is a union coming up, I can tell you that. Oh, wow. In reverse, we have, there are drastic changes in my life right now, but I'm just going to put that upright. Okay, because really I feel like, yes, there is drastic changes. Tower moments. This is a tower moment. Okay, 16 is the tower card in the tarot. Tower moment. There are drastic changes. We also have doubt. There's a lot of fear, a lot of doubt circling around. Okay, we're going to work our way out of that. Okay, next we have, there is a third party involved. That's going to work itself out because there's hope. There is hope still. It's not over. There's still hope. Even if there's a third party situation involved, there is still hope. Star card energy. The next one is eternal love. There's still hope for this eternal love. All you have to do is trust your intuition. Okay? Look at that third eye. Trust your intuition. Take a leap of faith. Make a risk. Take a risk. Both of you take risks. Be more open. Spirit wants you to be ready to take a chance on what he or she has to offer. This spiritual being in your life, this energy that's going to transform. We have soul connection, number 55. Okay, very deep soul connection. And then we have my love for you is deeper than the ocean, which is a beautiful energy. No, we're not going to stay apart. No, we're not going to be distant. No, we're not always going to be separated. No, we're not always going to have a different perspective. We will get on the same point of view. We will see eye to eye. We will get aligned, okay, which is Hanged Man energy. And bottom of the deck is 44, breaking free. You will be breaking free from those karmic patterns, breaking free from those illusions. You guys are going to see this for what it is. It's a true love, and you will come out, but there has to be a healthy balance. Cannot be all focused on the other or something else. There has, masculine, you can't be completely unfocused on the feminine. Completely away, completely distanced, completely blocked, completely off in la la land somewhere else, not in your spirituality, not in your essence, not in your spiritual energy, not with your femme. You can't do that. That's not a healthy balance. And feminine, you cannot be so far off on the teeter-totter that is your sole purpose. Your sole goal is to have union and focus on the other person. And you have left behind your own life, your own self, your own everything, and just thrown yourself into this journey for someone. It has to be for you. So there has to be this beautiful, healthy balance of push and pull, give and take, the tug of war, and that's what we're trying to do. And that's what's taking so long with Temperance, this tug of war. We are trying to balance the femme out. We're trying to balance the masculine out. It's a very difficult, daunting task, but it is being dealt with. And this is a beautiful connection. Let's just get one last reading message for the both of you. And I will read my favorite, El Quay Oracle. What is the message for the both of you for the purpose of this relationship and the outcome? Bottom of the deck, by the way, it caught my eye, is she who questions, Amali, curiosity, destiny, and search. You're both questioning this underneath. Is this really my soulmate? Is this really my person? Am I really on this path? Etc., etc. Okay. This is that hermit energy, the Virgo, the questioning. Okay. Searching for answers. So underneath it all, you're really questioning this journey and questioning this path and questioning your beliefs, which is fine because when Rahu and Ketu are where they are in Sagittarius and Gemini, yeah, we've been questioning this for the past almost 18 months, okay, 15 months. We've been questioning this journey for that long, and that's why. So that's explainable. But you're also questioning the validity of this relationship, be it a yin-yang, soulmate, twin flame, whatever journey it is for you, you have questions, and you're curious, and you want to know if it's your destiny. The card that came out is She Who Divines, Futura, Future, Choice, and Judgment. And she's literally holding the tarot cards. It's in the cards, guys. Your love is written in the cards. You can see it divinely in your astrological chart, in tarot cards, in spiritual meetings of others telling you who you are, what you are. There's confirmations all over the universe. It's been confirmed spiritually. And a lot of you are psychics and intuitives and spiritualists. A lot of you are tarot card readers, and you traditionally, grew up with tarot, or you're watching it a lot now. Either way, you have a future, and there is a choice, and there's a judgment that will be made for the outcome for your guys' relationship. And it's really right now based on your research, your destiny, and your questions. Like, you're both doing this right now. So once you get answers, this decision will be made. It sits in the cards. It's in the future. So let's read this. Okay. She Who Divines holds La Morte, the Death card in tarot, and Seven of Hearts, which signifies unconditional love. One seems dire while the other seems like a fantasy. But they are simply messages for us to interpret. Like the die and key on her necklace are all tools. Even the opal can be a stone of sorrow if chosen for the wrong reason. Futura also wears an icon of the Virgin Mary, representing the sorrows and the joys of women. Futura will help you see the opportunities that await for you. This card points out that you have a choice to make. A decision is waiting to be made, but you first must review all the possibilities. Make sure you are investigating the many varied paths that lie ahead. There's more than one. This could be an indication to ask someone else to help you dictate the choices before you. This card of looking into the future is a promise of hope, as long as you don't let the current issues hold you back. In order to move forward, you can't drag the past with you. Take time to peer into the window to see the future. Where will your feet take you next, and will your heart or your head take the follow? Will your heart and head follow? What do I need to know to make a decision? Question mark. You got to ask yourself that. What do you need to know to make a decision for the next move? Second, what has brought me to this point? Third, have I considered all factors and all options? There's more than one. So masculine, feminine, those are your questions. You have a lot of homework to do. You have a letter to write to someone in the past that hurt you. You have to get angry. You have to release people. This is about your future. You have to research what you want, and you have to search your feelings and see what you feel, because there's a deep connection between the both of you. And decisions need to be made for where your future lies. Okay, it's all in your hands. It's in your fate. You have options. And that is the reading, guys. I'm going to go ahead and go. I love you. It's been a long reading. Matthew needs me, so I'm going to go ahead and go. Remember, this love is a journey, not a destination. So just keep swimming. You're doing lovely. And I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. My screen is like all dark again. I can't even see crap. Thank you all for your super chats. I really appreciate PayPal's more, guys. If you guys can do any PayPal donations, it's really appreciated. Super chat takes 40% of everything you donate. So just know that Google, the company Google, Bill Gates, whoever, gets to keep 40% of your money. So if you do want to donate more to me on a personal level, go ahead and go to PayPal. Okay? I love you guys. I do have my cards available on there. Please order. Cards are being delivered a little late because of the corona. Obviously, shipping has been put out. Even Amazon has been putting out their shipment to the 26th. 27th, actually, today is the earliest. So it's been like really put out. You don't have next day, none of that. So deliveries have been put out. My trash was late. There's a lot of things running late. So we'll just hang in there, guys. We're going to get through this. Like this reading said in the beginning, there may be delays, but this is going to fix itself. I do see a phoenix rising from these ashes, from this fire. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you later. Love you guys. Bye.